Much another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Tuesday, late afternoon, early evening, depending on when it is actually seeing this. I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good day. You've looked after yourself. You've made the most of it. If you've got a day off, enjoy it. If you're at work, it's one more day done heading into the weekend. And if you're at the gym, make sure you're working hard. I know if you're not, all right? In this video, we're talking about Spurs' interest in Bournemouth striker Dominic Solanke and what the situation is there, and giving my thoughts, feelings on that sort of move, as well as interest from the Saudi league in Brazilian and Barcelona winger Raphinha, which could be good or bad news depending on who you are in the Spurs world. So plenty to get into, plenty to talk about. Just want to say, if you're new, give us a subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And let me start with Dominic Solanke. I think that's where I'm going to go first. So, again, through the Spurs ITK Hub on Twitter, and Poseidon sort of, again, in the know, at Spurs is his handle. And it came from someone else, but he doubled down on it. It said that we have real interest in Dominic Solanke. Now, I wanted to talk about Dominic Solanke in a bit more detail, purely because this is a guy who I think doesn't get a fair rap in the Premier League because he plays at Bournemouth. It's Bournemouth. He can't be that good. He's going to be 27 basically at the start of next season. His birthday's in the middle of September. I mean, this season, the Premier League alone, he's scored 17 in 32 with 3 assists. So more than every other game, he's getting a goal contribution. And I watched the Man United game, and he was brilliant against Man United. He was probably the best player on the pitch, potentially. Bullied defenders, good link-up play, great hold-up play, a lot of energy, good pace. I mean, he's a great finish for the first one. I mean, people kind of say, Nana should have done better, but it was a good finish regardless. And I like Solanke. The question is obviously with a lot of these sort of English strikers is what's the cost? I think if Brentford are going to want 60, 70, 80 million for Ivan Toney, who's going to be 28 or whatever, this guy's younger. He's shown this season he's got more goals, obviously, because Tony had that situation with his betting. I mean, 20 goal contributions for Bournemouth with, 6 games to go? That's not bad. That is not bad. And I watched him against us, and people go, but he missed sitters. Oh, what a surprise. A footballer can miss a sitter. Good Lord. Don't ever watch Liverpool, because they miss about 4 and 5 sitters a game. It's brutal. The fact he's still got 17 goal contributions, that he's missed a few sitters, shows that his movement is fantastic. He's always in the right place at the right time. Just feed him. So I'm actually on the train. I'm on the school of thought that I'd like Solanke. I would. High character guy, supposedly. He does have one game for England played. I didn't realise he was capped. It was back in 2017. And I think it's weird that he doesn't get more shout for being in the England squad. I'm not saying he's better than Watkins or Tony. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's weird after such a good season, he hasn't been talked about more, So, look, we know that we want a striker at Spurs. We know we have the interest in strikers, and I do kind of hope Solanke's on that list massively. Yeah, definitely. Of all the strikers we linked to, I quite like Solanke. I do. Right, moving on to Raphinha. So, like I said, good or bad news depending on who you are in the Spurs world. But it came from Eric Connor, who said that Barcelona could receive an offer of around 70 million euros from the Saudi Pro League clubs in the summer transfer window for 27-year-old Brazilian winger Raphinha. So I did a quick little euros to pound calculation, and 70 million euros works out to be just under 60 million pounds. So let's keep that figure in mind. 60 million is what we're talking about. Now, you've got a guy here who's on about 200 grand a week on pounds wise. I think it's 240,000 pounds a week on euros. Who a 17-year-old seems to have taken his place in the starting team in Lamine Yamal. It's not to say he's a good player. Remember this. I think he's a good player. But I'm not spending 60 million on a good player. All right? Now, I will with players like an Eze, because I think the ability for Eze to take that step into being a great player is there. And people, it's quite weird. People don't want Eze, or they don't want another, really talented winger, but they want Raphinha, who lost his starting place in the Barcelona team. So I find that a weird. I know sometimes you just like a player. That's your thing, and that's fine. That's somewhat your thing. I like players in the Spurs team that maybe other people don't like. And that's fine. That's the beauty of an opinion, right? I love it. You know, I'm not saying you liking a player or not liking a player, you're not right or wrong, and neither am I. And I'll never force my opinions down your throat that you have to believe in me. I'm just giving you my opinions. Hence why that's why I chat with you in the comments below to kind of gauge more about what you're thinking or to understand what you're thinking, you know, more so. But we've got a guy here who's going to cost 60 million. He's on 200 grand a week. He's not going to take a pay cut, let's be honest. And I wouldn't blame him and I wouldn't expect him to. That's the other thing. If I'm getting paid a wage by a company that I want to work for, and another company that I like is saying, oh, we want you to come over here, you're thinking, pay rise. And they're going, no pay rise. Less money. You're going to go, well, I like being here more because this is the club that I really want. This is the company that I really want to work for. You're a good club. And if I had to leave, yeah, I'd be interested. But I'm not taking a pay cut, you know. Plus the weather's nicer, you know, when I go to this office than your office, you know. So that's the way I look at it for Raphinha. You're talking a guy, you know, if we're probably going to offer him, what, a 4 or 5 year deal, 200 grand a week, you know, what's that over 200 grand a week, 800 grand a month, 9.6 million a year, talking over 4 years, you're talking on just under 40 million pounds, right? No, I'm all right, thanks. That's 100 million pounds for that guy. I'm all right. Yeah. I think he's a good player. He's not great, and he's not going to be that kind of great for us to want to spend that kind of money on him. I'd rather just go elsewhere personally. So, but we shall see. Anyway, guys, the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comments section your thoughts and feelings about Dominic Solanke. Would you want him at Spurs? And if not, who would you want for the striker role? And just a striker. I don't want to hear about wingers. Obviously, your thoughts and feelings about the Raphinha situation. Would you be upset if he went to the Saudi League? Would you want him at Spurs? One of the thoughts and feelings about both of those things. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But guys, that's the end of the video. And I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.